The Androscoggin River Valley in western Maine. The people, the places, the history, all that makes up the vibrant story of the towns of the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine.
Hello and welcome to the August 2018 edition of Today River Valley. Today River Valley is the video news feature program for the towns of the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine. My name is Phil Blampede. I'm the host and producer of the program. The idea of running an event that goes from one end of Maine to the other is appealing to many people, and there are two such events every year in the state of Maine. And the logical place to start an event like that is right at the top of the Androscoggin River Valley in western Maine and northern New Hampshire. In this edition, we're going to be looking at two events that occur every year: the Trek Across Maine on bicycles, run by the American Lung Association, and the Source to the Sea in kayaks and canoes on the Androscoggin River itself, run by the Androscoggin River Watershed Council. All that and more after a few messages from local businesses.
Today River Valley is sponsored by the Sudbury Inn, lodging, fine dining, and a lively pub right on Main Street in Bethel, Maine.
The Sudbury Inn. Now's the time for a getaway to a charming village like Bethel, Maine, and a stay in the historic Sudbury Inn right in the heart of the village of Bethel, where the table is set and waiting for you and the bed is quilted and pillowed and beckoning you for a good night's sleep in the country air. Whether you come for hiking the western Maine mountains, playing the great Bethel area golf courses, or browsing the quaint knickknacks in local shops, the Sudbury Inn will welcome you back at the end of the day with fine dining in its main dining room, or pub fare and live music in its popular Sud's Pub downstairs. It may be located in a small village, but the Sudbury Inn strives to offer world-class cuisine. The menu changes with the seasons, yet always offers popular classics. And yes, the inn is affordable. Guests are surprised to find how reasonable room rates are, even though a generous kitchen-cooked full breakfast is included. Besides individual rooms, the inn also offers rustic apartment-sized pet-friendly suites for families or large groups. Make this month a memorable one with a stay this season at the Sudbury Inn, which, as the magazine Bon Appetit put it, is a perfect way to end a day in Bethel.
Among the great questions of life are the appliance conundrums. Sure, you can buy a refrigerator, washing machine, or dryer at a store, but how will you get it home? If you get it home, who will bring it inside and carry up the stairs to that little nook behind the bathroom where you want it to go? And if you get it up the stairs, who will install it and be sure it's working?
At Larson's, we have the answer to those great mysteries. In fact, we are the answer. We deliver, install, and service everything we sell. We even haul off your old equipment. Larson's, over 60 years in business at 13 Main Street, Mexico, Maine.
I've watched people in my family and my community reach retirement and be unaware of the options that are available, so they won't run out of money. I realized that many people I spoke with were unsure who they could even turn to for help with retirement planning. I want people to be able to make the best of every situation possible, even when they're facing the toughest of decisions. I've seen them stress on how they'll pay their bills and not be able to focus on what really matters in life, and that's time with their family. I decided it was time to step up and focus on advocating for the financial well-being of the people in my community. I'm doing this work because I want to make a difference in people's lives. I'll walk you through each step of the process, educating, guiding, and giving you the information that will empower you to make informed choices for you and your family through the retirement planning process.
Bethel Outdoor Adventure on Route 2 in Bethel, Maine. Kayaking, paddleboarding, canoe and kayak trips. Tubing down the river. Sluicing for precious stones. And camping in a park-like setting.
What we offer here is family-friendly adventure in a stunningly beautiful location. We're in the mountains of western Maine. We're on the shores of the Androscoggin River. It is really a beautiful, beautiful place for you to come and recreate.
Nothing beats camping out in western Maine in the summer, and at Bethel Outdoor Adventure, you'll find a gem of a campground. Small, family-friendly, impeccably maintained, and with full hookups and space for everything from the largest RV to the smallest tents. Ask about our group sites. The campground is right on the river with river access, and there are hot showers with unlimited hot water. Summer is a special time in New England. Make the most of it at Bethel Outdoor Adventure. The Jolly Drayman Pub and the Briarley Inn, a gracious inn in Bethel, Maine with an authentic British pub featuring classic pub fare.
This is Helena at the Jolly Drayman Briarley Inn. Stop by, come to see us. Looking forward to your visit.
After dinner, indulge yourself with a stay in one of the comfortable rooms upstairs in the Briarley Inn, featuring cuddly blankets, down feather pillows, soft linens, fluffy towels, and casual rustic decor. The Jolly Drayman, the authentic British pub in Bethel, Maine, located in the Briarley Inn.
Hi, this is Roger Whitehouse of Riverside Realty in Mexico, Maine, and you're watching Today River Valley, the video news feature program of the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine.
When people want to organize an event that goes from one end of Maine to the other, the natural place to start is at the top of the Androscoggin River Valley in western Maine and northern New Hampshire. And for 23 years, the river itself has been the route for such an event, the Source to the Sea, the annual canoe and kayak event that paddles much of the 178 miles of water from the river's source in Lake Umbagog to Merry Meeting Bay, where the river meets the Atlantic.
I'm Becky Seacrest with the Androscoggin River Watershed Council, and I'm the program coordinator. And this year we're doing the Source to Sea. It's our annual educational trip down the river. It's about 19 to 20 days of paddling, and we try to put a couple of hikes in there too.
It's an annual trek from the source of the Androscoggin River on Lake Umbagog, and actually a little bit north of there. We start on the Megalloway and into Lake Umbagog, and all the way out to Merry Meeting Bay, just outside of Brunswick, Maine. And it's a great annual trek. It's to bring awareness to recreational opportunities, business opportunities, everything, community, building community, the entire length of the Androscoggin River.
The Source to the Sea is organized by the Androscoggin River Watershed Council, a nonprofit organization located in Bethel, Maine, a town through which, of course, the Androscoggin runs.
This is our 23rd year to do the Source to Sea, and the Watershed Council was formed in 1999. Originally they did it back-to-back days. Yes, they did it back-to-back days, but they found that there were a lot of people who couldn't do the full stretch. Just because either people couldn't get that many days off in a row or whatever, but so now we've changed it to doing it. We usually do 3 or 4 days a week, and we spread it over from the beginning of July until the beginning of August.
We're going to go nice and easy and have a good float out here. I try to tend to stay towards the outside of turns, okay guys? The river is always pushing towards the outside. I stay towards the outside, but I don't go all the way to that outside bank. Today, because we're doing an intro to whitewater, and that is the program, the education is happening on the water because the guide will be teaching people how to read the river, how to paddle, different paddle strokes to help you paddle down the river. Sometimes we have speakers who aren't paddling with us, so they would actually, on one section, we actually have a midway point where we get out of the river at the Opera House in Dixfield, and a Catalyst paper might do a presentation there. So it just depends on what the presentation is, what the educational piece is, but usually it's on the river.
But I've been paddling on the Androscoggin and Megalloway since 73 or 74. That's 1973 or 74. Back then it was very polluted below Berlin. Still up in this upper area, it was still just like it is now. It hasn't changed much at all. Its character is really what it was in the 70s. But from Berlin below, it's changed dramatically. You know, it was the Clean Water Act of the late 70s that really started to clean it up, and it was the early 80s that the Clean Water Act really started to get implemented, and there were big differences in the river. You know, I can remember foam, just a phosphorus foam being across from one side of the river to the other, just below Berlin. And we used to laugh about it and say, geez, I think we could walk across that, because it was literally 2 feet deep from phosphorus pollution. And those days are gone. The river is clean, all the way to the sea. I mean, it can always clean up more, but it is getting its health back. Fisheries are coming back. Vegetation is coming back. The river is recovering dramatically.
One of the reasons for the annual Source to the Sea trek is to keep the public aware of the value of the river and to maintain public support for the environmental protection policies that keep it clean.
Bringing awareness of the river and how valuable it is to us. I mean, when I was a kid, it was just a dumping ground. Everything wound up in the river. And it was open surges going right into the river. You know, people, if they had an old couch they didn't want to have around anymore, it wound up in the river. And that does not happen anymore.
In the years I've been doing it, we've averaged about 350 people over the course of the whole trip. A lot of people have done it, and we've actually, I think one of the testaments to the work that we've done, and by doing this, is we've gotten a lot more people very much aware and more comfortable about the river and on the river. So you see a lot more people just doing it on their own, you know, rather than with a group.
According to Becky Seacrest, Source to the Sea participants don't need to be experienced paddlers. Even first-timers can try some of the quieter stretches.
The first year that I was coordinator of the event, I had never been in a kayak before. I'd never been on the river before. So I got a boat, put it in a lake and paddled around for like 15 minutes and said, okay, I'm good to go. And it was trial by fire, but I did fine. I didn't tip over or anything, and made it the whole length of the river. So I think you can start, I mean, if you don't want to do the white water, but there are lots of places where you can paddle on this river with just, you know, basic skills of knowing how to paddle.
Create your own legend for the woman who knows who she is, what she wants, and makes no apologies for either. Goddess Robes, a unique store on Route 26 in Bryant Pond featuring custom-designed, one-of-a-kind robes and caftans.
This is Diane Dupuis, owner and designer of Goddess Robes. Well, back in 1998, I was very enthusiastic about trying to create a garment that would show my respect for other women. And I wanted it to be one of a kind. I didn't want it to be mass-produced. I wanted the woman who wore it to know that she was being uniquely honored. And so I started to work on crafting robes that pull together all of these ideas. The title of the shop, Goddess Robes, comes from my background training in literature, particularly classical literature. And the idea of a woman embodying the divine feminine is then what led me to the title Goddess Robes. When you're stitching together those two concepts of the divine feminine and goddess robes, you're stitching together two easily blended concepts where a woman who is wearing this honoring robe is then showing her divinity, her divine feminine side. Although there are many reasons why you might wear a robe such as this, the one that emerges is that women come in the shop and they say they just want to luxuriate in a garment in the privacy of their own home, or they wear it as an ornamental piece over a simple tunic or shift when they go out for dinner for formal occasions, or they use it for a wedding, like the mother of the bride. And I want it to be unique so that no woman sees herself wearing a similar garment out in public, and it's wearable art.
Goddess Robes on Route 26 in Bryant Pond. The place is called Northern Lights Hearth and Sports, and it's right on the main road at 639 Wilton Road. That's Route 2 in Farmington. Let's take a look at the sports part of Northern Lights Hearth and Sports. And this summer, it's a selection of bicycles and accessories, everything from road bikes to mountain bikes to fat tire bikes for mud and, sooner or later, snow. Come in and try one of our demonstration models. And to help you get your bike to distant trails, Northern Lights offers the Thule system of bike racks for your car, the quality leader in racks and accessories. Northern Lights, open Monday through Saturday. The selection in the beer cave at Mountain Valley Variety on Route 2 in Rumford, Maine is so fantastic, people are coming from everywhere to see it.
Captain Bill to Enterprise.
This is Enterprise. Come in, Captain.
I've landed in what appears to be a 21st century beer cave.
A beer cave? How peculiar.
Judging by the beer, this seems to be quite an advanced civilization with the many astonishing brands and varieties.
Captain, can you describe further?
Something to tell me that if they don't have what you want, just ask and they'll get it for you.
How's that, Captain?
Hey, Rick, can you get me Alpha Centauri Dragon Moon IPA?
Captain, stay in character.
Oh yeah, beat me up, Scotty.
At Puya Lumber, you'll find the tools and supplies you need for everything you've got on your to-do list this summer. If the roof needs attention, check out Puya's full stock of IKO roofing. Why not enjoy the nicer weather with a deck with Puya's deck packages, hammer ready? And why not make that driveway look like new again with an application of Sakrete Driveway Sealer, always in stock at Puya's. Puya Lumber, 369 River Road, Route 2, Mexico, Maine, 364-9999.
Thinking about a new career? Get on the right road with tractor trailer and school bus driver training at the Region 9 truck driving program right here in Mexico, Maine.
Hi, my name is Ed Naples. I work here at Region 9 and I'd like to give you some thoughts about our truck driver training program.
Class A drivers are in demand whether you're hauling chips or whether you're going over the road cross country. The jobs are there. If you're thinking about getting your Class B license, the local towns will be looking for drivers for the winter months and the ski areas for plowing. So if you're interested in doing that, give us a call. The opportunity is there for driving school buses in the area. A lot of people are retiring.
So if you like driving, you drive a standard shift, pass a physical and drug test, this could be an opportunity for a career change for you. A lot of people take the course and a lot of people get jobs. We've been doing this program for almost 30 years and have a lot of good success stories. So I invite you to give me a call at 369-9058 and find out more information and sign up for the next class.
Everyone knows Stony Brook Recreation on Route 2 in Hanover is a great choice for family camping in western Maine. Many people also know the variety store that opened there a couple of years ago, offering everything from milk and eggs to wine and beer to homemade donuts on Saturdays. But did you know Stony Brook now has a full country diner-style dining room serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Come by, grab a table by the old wood stove, and enjoy good home-style cooking with friendly service.
Hi, this is Bruce at Stony Brook Variety. We're open 7 days a week, so please stop by and enjoy our new expanded dining room.
At Dan's Automotive, you'll find reliable used cars in the $3,000 to $8,000 range. You'll get more car for less money. Here's a great example of what you'll find at Dan's. Warning, this may be sold by the time you see this ad, but if you get lucky, you may still have a chance at this 2004 Nissan Frontier Crew Cab with four-wheel drive, automatic V6, and low mileage. It's loaded, just $7,995.
We bought our car at Dan's and we're glad we did.
Dan's Automotive Repair and Sales, Crescent Avenue, Rumford.
Excuse me, sir. Are you getting a little shaggy around the ears but can't find time for a haircut? Well, now you can. At Lisa's Barbershop at 178 Main Street in Mexico, owner Lisa Shardlow specializes in quick haircuts. No appointment is necessary and there's rarely a wait. At Lisa's, the motto is cut and go.
I call this the haircut. In the heat, you can't beat a haircut. It'll make you look neat. Thank you. Thank you.
Lisa's open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon.
Don't worry, I'm really a lot better at doing haircuts than I am at writing poetry.
There can be no denying that bicycles have some very great advantages over cars. They are cheaper to buy, cheaper to run, better exercise, less polluting, and don't get parking tickets or speeding tickets. In Maine, more adults are using bicycles instead of cars.
Generally speaking, as a society, we're seeing more cyclists and more pedestrians along our roadways.
I think there are lots of cities and towns in Maine where it's totally practical. For example, I live in Portland, I work in Portland, it's a 2-mile commute. Biking is by far the most efficient, the most affordable, and the most enjoyable way for me to get to work. That's how I got to work today.
But before bicycles can be more of an alternative to cars, there are some big hurdles to get over, including the fact that the roads are designed for cars, not bicycles. It is a challenge to ride a bike safely in the middle of heavy, fast-moving cars and trucks on roads where there might not be that much safe space for a bicycle to use. But it is possible, and nowhere is that demonstrated more dramatically than in western Maine every year when the American Lung Association sends well over 1,000 bicyclists on the 160-mile journey from Sunday River in Newry and Bethel to the town of Belfast. Welcome to the Trek Across Maine. Of course, the primary reason for the Trek Across Maine is not to promote bicycle use, but to raise money for the American Lung Association, and it is their largest single fundraiser, not just in Maine, but nationwide. Jeff Seeler is the CEO of the American Lung Association of the Northeast region.
We raise between $1.5 and $1.8 million, depending on the year. And in its history, it's raised over $25 million. So it's quite the assistance for us at the Lung Association for supporting our cause.
This year, the Trek sent over 1,400 bicyclists out on the road in western and central Maine. That not only raises money, but is a vivid demonstration that bicycles can be quite an effective form of transportation in this state.
What do you think of the conditions of the road?
Actually not bad. Obviously wet, you got to be a little cautious, but it's been pretty good, and the control and everything has been really safe, so it's been good.
How have the cars been treating you?
Actually excellent. Not too good down south where I'm from for the past couple of weekends, so it's a nice change of pace here. People are really respectful.
If you lived in this area, do you think you could rely on a bicycle instead of a car for transportation?
Absolutely. R.C. Kusari out of Nashville, New Hampshire.
Yeah, the roads, especially after winter, can be broken in places. So we have another part of our logistical team is an advanced crew that goes out and they spray paint areas on the road where there might be broken pavement. They put up signs to warn trekkers.
Other than an event like this, do you think it would be practical to go back and forth traveling this stretch on a bicycle?
On the bike? I mean, there's good shoulder, so as long as the weather's nice, I don't think it'd be a problem. My name is Matt Longley from Lewiston, Maine.
Well, obviously, we work on the route year-round. We work with the local, state, and municipalities in each one of the cities that we are traveling through. We have a great deal of route support from SAG vehicles, ham radio operators, route ambassadors, several different groups. Delta Ambulance is one of our big supporters. They provide all the medical support throughout the weekend. So it is a great deal of planning, a great deal of luck with the weather. Clearly the first day has been a little rainy, but we have a very hardy group of people, and so far everyone has made it to the finish line safely.
But like any form of transportation, bicycling carries risk. For the Trek Across Maine, that risk hit home during the 2013 trek when a 23-year-old participant, David LeClaire of Watertown, Massachusetts, was killed when thrown off his bike by a passing truck. A white bicycle chained to the guardrail serves as a memorial at the spot in Hanover, Maine, where the accident happened. The incident was disturbing to everyone involved with the trek, but since it was the only one of its kind in the 33-year history of the trek, it may actually be an example of how rare serious incidents may be when bicycling is done carefully.
Things have improved over the past 17 years since I've been doing this ride. I've seen a huge improvement, and everyone, including the motorists, to pull aside, give you plenty of room. There's been a lot of You know, I'm a little out of it from the day, but I'll tell you, it was really good. The traffic, everybody was great. Yeah, my name is Dana Scott.
Where are you from?
I'm from North Berwick, Maine.
What do you think of the quality of the roads around here for bicycling?
They're actually really good. I find them fine. They really seem to hold up and do well. They pick good routes for us. They pick really good routes for us for good riding.
If you lived in this area, do you think you could sell your car and rely on a bicycle?
I do. I feel like you can ride on a bicycle quite well with the trailers we use to haul around gear, and there's always a car, always somebody to help you out with the car, but cycling's the way to go. Transportation, just doing errands, getting around, going out at night, the whole thing.
Hi, I'm Roger Whitehouse, owner and designated broker of Riverside Realty, right here in Mexico, Maine. My staff and I primarily serve the towns of the Western Mountains of Maine. Hey, summer's in full force. Now's the time to come in and buy your second home for your vacation, or your primary home if you want to enjoy Four Seasons enjoyment. We also have commercial properties and multi-units for you to invest in. Plus we have land, whether it's less than an acre or over 200 acres. Whether you're looking to wood harvesting or you want to farm the land. Stop by Riverside Realty. We hope to see you soon. Let's just take a look at a couple of our listings right here.
This is MLS 1359326, a contemporary home near Bethel, Maine with vaulted ceilings and an open concept floor plan. It receives lots of sunlight throughout the day and features a spacious kitchen, dining room and living room, 2 bedrooms, plus a large bath with tiled flooring for easy care. It also has a large laundry utility room. Sitting high on its lot, it's protected by trees. There's a stream on the side of the house. Near Sunday River Ski Resort and nearby recreation areas offered at $175,000. This is MLS 1357107. Looking for the perfect Maine getaway? This wonderful 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath home is located in Upton, Maine, in the heart of the western Maine mountains, just a short distance to Lake Umbagog, Grafton Notch State Park, Sunday River Ski Resort, the Appalachian Trail, and whitewater rafting and fishing on the Androscoggin and Rapid Rivers. ATV and snowmobile trail access from the property. Enjoy amazing outdoor activities or sit quietly on the deck and enjoy the peacefulness of the area. Offered at $150,000.
Hi, my name is Rachel Henderson. I'm the store manager at the Verizon Wireless Zone in Mexico, Maine. Our store has been in operation since early 2011, and I've personally been serving the River Valley area since 2013. Over these last years, I've come to find a deep respect for the people of this valley. Your hard work, honesty, and strong sense of community are just a few of the qualities I admire. I speak on behalf of our entire Verizon team when I say thank you for your support.
Hi, this is Kevin Frisbee from Frisbee & Associates. As you near retirement, financial assurance becomes more important and harder to understand. We can help because we specialize in asset and wealth management, annuities, long-term care, Social Security planning, and more. Stop struggling with retirement questions. Contact the experienced team at Frisbee & Associates. You can find us online at frisbeebenefits.com, call us, or visit us. Do something about your retirement. Contact us today.
Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods is the place to go for lunch in Rumford.
Hey, you might not see me for a while. It's the Unknown Comic. The Unknown Comic. I've been bombing on stages everywhere. And when I bomb on stage, I really need something to pick me up, and I come down to Good Karma for the brown bag lunch. In the brown bag lunch, I get chips, a wrap, chicken salad, my favorite, a drink to drown my sorrows, an apple, and my favorite part, not the cookie, the pickles. Good Karma Cafe, the brown bag lunch. Come get it.
Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods, open Monday through Saturday.
Today River Valley is sponsored by the Sudbury Inn, lodging, fine dining, and a lively pub right on Main Street in Bethel, Maine.
That's it for the August 2018 edition of Today River Valley. This is Phil Blampede, the host and producer of the program. Don't forget, you can check the website todayrivervalley.com to see the whole program again if you missed any of it, and you can find links to back programs there as well. Well, as the old song said, see you in September.